So, here we are. Joseph is going to join us in just a minute. But here we are. Not only some of the largest economies on this planet coming together, but I think also some of the most ambitious when it comes to using, for instance, technology to build a society where people feel truly included and where we make best use of technology for that purpose. So I've been looking very much forward with Valdis planning this, and here we are for the agenda setting TTC. We hope, of course, to be invited to India for the next ministerial, but when you come back, I promise that we will host you with more proximity. Because what I have learned over the decades is that if you want to build a relationship, you need to be able to see one another. And I think here we're just the brink of that. What we are to discuss today is, among other things, how to make sure that we have resilient supply chains. I think we had very beneficial input from our stakeholders this morning as to how, for instance, to make sure that we have good agreements on semiconductors. Having learned about the Indian programs for this, I think there's a lot of complementarity. Also, India has the chairpersonship or chairing the Global Partnership for Artificial Intelligence. And here, with the exponential development of artificial intelligence, I think a lot that we can do together in order to embrace it in full. And the thing is that with an embrace, of course, also comes the chance and the potential for control of the negative sides, because you have a good hold. Also, this morning, it was clear that the question of talents, skills, expertise, knowledge must be part of the core of our cooperation. I think very much so. We see this as one of the hard barriers for our strategies to be fulfilled, because you can have all the funding you want, you can have all the raw materials that you want, not that we have it, but if we had, but do you not have the people, nothing will happen. And of course, also on that note, we admire what you do, because you really make the best of being now the world's biggest nation. When it comes to that. So also in that respect, a lot to talk about. Valdis, would you take it from here?
Yes, thank you, Margaret, honourable ministers, colleagues. First of all, I would like to echo my colleagues' warm welcome. The TTC is a major new endeavour between the EU and India, which will further consolidate our already strong and forward-looking strategic partnership. In the area of trade and investment, the TTC will allow us to explore concrete issues that complement the agreements on trade, investment protection and geographical indications that are currently under negotiations. We must be focused and concrete to have a real impact, and in this respect I look forward for listening to the co-chairs of Working Group 3, and I also look forward to our open discussions on strategic issues. The EU and India share key strategic interests, and this is an opportunity to exchange views on our respective approach with a view to strengthening our cooperation to bolster our economic security and connectivity issues. So it's a great pleasure to have you here, and without further ado, I would like to give floor to the Indian side for the introductory remarks. Please.
Thank you very much. Dear colleagues, this first meeting of the Trade and Technology Council is a significant milestone in the strategic partnership between India and the European Union. We are obviously important partners for each other, but what the TTC represents is a focus on key domains that are critical to both the global economy and global security. Today, the challenge is to address simultaneously the dual requirements of responsible growth and de-risking the global economy. This means promoting resilient and reliable supply chains and additional drivers of global production and growth. It means ensuring trust and transparency in the digital domain, including cross-border flows. It means embracing low-carbon growth while ensuring that this does not create critical vulnerabilities. In each of the focus areas of the TTC, strategic technologies, digital governance and connectivity, clean and green energy technologies, and resilient value chains, India has experiences to share in terms of innovation, production, and deployment. We are also an important factor in regard to the global talent pool that has been discussed this morning. It is our expectation that the TTC would become a crucial platform for the exchanges in this regard, so that we arrive at both policy and business decisions in the relevant domains. I'm very confident that our meeting today will take place in that spirit. Thank you. Piyush.
Thank you very much, and thank all the friends from the European Commission for hosting the first ministerial meeting of the TTC. Unprecedented times and challenges warrant unprecedented actions. The vision of Prime Minister Modi and President Ursula von der Leyen to invigorate deeper integration between our two economies in a broad-based platform such as the Trade and Technology Council is thus appropriate and timely. This can become one of the most important bilateral structures to enhance our trade and investment relations, guide them in a direction that is essential for the strategic growth and security of both sides, and usher in a new era of prosperity for the people of both the EU and India. We do wish to bring concrete political oversight into the technical work which will be done by our officials via this mechanism, which can accelerate progress going forward. And I have no doubt in my mind that the good work put in by the officials before this meeting will set the ground, will set the pathways to much, much better outcomes in the future. The very fact that three ministers are present from both sides is indication of the seriousness that we place in this very important mechanism, and would like to thank the European Union for your leadership in this respect. The mechanism, I believe, can serve twin purposes. It can help us solve the irritants that often come into bilateral relations, and also help us stop new ones from coming up. Two, more importantly, it should herald a new age of collaboration and cooperation between our two trusted economies, something which leaders, business persons, and the people of both the EU and India deeply look forward to. The TTC, I believe, will also serve as an important parallel channel that will both inform and augment the discussions that we are having in the FTA track. I wish all success to this new mechanism that we are working on, and I hope this will usher in a great partnership, strong bonds between the EU and India. Thank you.
standards and regulations in the whole tech and digital space can realize the full potential of digital trade between India and EU. And I join my colleagues in saying that I see the TTC as a very important platform for achieving such cooperation and partnership, especially in the areas of these new emerging areas, critical areas that will define the coming years in terms of semiconductor ecosystem, quantum and high-performance computing, artificial intelligence, skills, and standard setting. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. As Goyal just said, this is the chance to give the political oversight of the working groups. So I think it's important for everyone here to feel free to discuss what the working groups will be presenting, because no matter how much we would wish it otherwise, it will take some months before we'll see each other again. And here it's important that the working groups find that they have the necessary steer.